And my train of thought just derailed.
Drink some more. It's good for you.
Where was I going? Where was I going with this?
I don't know. We didn't map this out. We never map this out.
But you want show notes or something? You want professionalism?
Well, I mean, I write show notes.
We are live, aren't we?
Yes, we are live. And I just remembered to unmute my mic, so it's not just you hearing me. We are consummate professionals, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we try. We try to keep it entertaining and lighthearted, and
That door's open.
that door is open.
Well, we're just full of bright ideas, so... Alright, let's try that again. Welcome to episode 20 of the WHISKIEE Podcast. I'm ChewDada,
I'm Nate Foo.
and we are barely surviving.
Yeah, we took an extra week off. We did not record our Valentine's Day episode as we had intended to.
But you'll always be my Valentine.
Yeah, I think it was probably for the best, considering our wives have been putting up with so much crap from us lately. We needed to give them that day. They said go ahead and record, and we said, nah, probably better for our own sanity if we didn't.
Yeah, because it's been a lot the last couple weeks.
It has been. This has been a week of, or
3 weeks.
3 weeks of just change after change after change after change. Like everything that's been going on in my life has just been thrown on its ear. So it's
you know what? Congrats on getting vaccine shot number 1.
Yes, that is true. My arm is a little sore today. I have my first shot of Pfizer for coronavirus vaccine, not for other problems that appear at men of a certain age.
Yeah. I mean, that's the extra cocktail that he gets after the second shot.
Right. That one and the microchip.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad, though, that you're posting about the microchip on the, cell phone in your hand.
Right. Yeah, you got to be consistent with your messaging.
Oh, so yeah, they've got that. Apparently, your oldest daughter is now the Pokémon Eevee. Most kids, when they see Pokemon, want to be the trainer. No. Your kid wants to be the exotic pet.
It's my girl.
Mm-hmm.
Exotic pet, as long as that's the only exotic she does with her life. I mean, who am I kidding?
What's the other one that likes to dance on the tables?
Right. It's an honest living. I can't
And
not get too much.
Those bills aren't going to pay for themselves.
Hey, I've known a few people that have put themselves through college on that kind of income. It's just as long as you have an exit plan.
Yeah, and I know plenty of them that actually have a 401k, which is far more than we could say about a lot of the rest of us.
So yeah, this has been 3 weeks of changes. I think since the last time we recorded, I have removed 2 trees from the front of my house, cleared a large swath of land, had a fence put in. You had a tree removed from the front of your house.
Massive dead tree removed yesterday.
Beetle infested, and obviously, when you have a family, these things concern you about this stuff falling through the roof of your house.
Forget the family. Like, this is right over where I was sleeping, and the guy was able to reach up and pull a branch off with one arm.
Right.
The rest of the family, they're on the other side of the house. They're okay. This is going to land on me.
And we've had such brutal winds. I mean, part of the reason we're inside today and dealing with the cavernous echo, which I hate so very much, is it's a lot better than for the next half hour.
But no. We're talking a consistent 20 to 30 mile per hour wind.
So
we're talking.
That tree became very, very suspect, and like you said, it was literally reaching over his bedroom.
And it was shady, not in the good way, but like you looked at that and you're like, I don't know how you're still standing.
Half the tree was green, and the other half was literally black. It looked like something out of a horror movie. Like the darkness passed through this half of the tree and just rotted it to the core, and then the other half was, viable and living.
I will point out that your oldest was especially sad when the tree was being removed.
Well, it's your source of pine cones.
Mm-hmm. And apparently demonic energy.
Yes.
And if you could hear that, that was the perfectly timed demonic laugh.
Yeah.
So one thing we can count on them is timing.
Yeah,
your kids
usually
definitely
bad
got timing. Yeah.
Usually bad timing. Gosh.
So my little girl now is walking. Or not walking. Can more or less walk with just holding onto one finger. And, she doesn't even need that finger. That's a security blanket for her. So she'll be walking any day now. And, when she's not walking, she's crawling. And she's trying to get into everything. And, she likes books. She's definitely in love with books. She likes the ones that have, like, the texture with them. They have the little reflective surfaces.
Series.
Yeah. And, she wants you to read to them. So she'll be nice and take the book and bring it to you and crawl into your lap and then smack you in the face until you read it. And it's not just, one reading. I think one particular book, her favorite right now, requires me to read it 8 times in a row before she'll be willing to let me hand it off to another book. And each time in between is, her taking it out of my hand and smacking me in the face to, like, reset me.
Do you remember all those times you used to mock us and sing Let It Go and start our daughters on rhythmic chants of stuff that we've heard over 1 million times?
Mm-hmm.
Karma.
Mm-hmm.
That's karma.
Yeah, well, I blame most of this on the fact that she's watched her older cousins here grow up and has been taking copious notes.
Oh, it's our fault again. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Nothing at the moment helps me sleep at night.
In this case, it's again Maker's Mark and Cola because that's our
Maker's Mark, our unofficial sponsor that we pay for because God,
with our Jack Daniel's glasses. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're trendy like that. So.
Oh man. I've been needing to do this.
A drink?
Drink
or podcast?
And podcast, yeah. Just kind of, kick the dust off this whole thing and just. This is kind of my therapy, guys. This is one of the reasons I like doing this so much is it lets me speak into the void and put a lot of stuff out there that, maybe I'm processing, maybe I'm not.
The problem is sometimes, though, is the void often has the name Lady Foo. And when Lady Foo hears these things, as well as, Mama Bear, we get questioned afterwards. So.
I'll give him credit. Mostly it's been fact-checking. Occasionally it's what did you mean by that?
What do you mean, Dave?
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. But yeah, it's we've had a lot of stuff go top. Like the reason this podcast started was everything was just kind of topsy turvy, and it was a little passion project we had to just kind of do something we love, create some content,
try and help others out at the same time, and drink.
And drink, yeah, give us a damn good excuse to drink or have a cigar when weather permits. But yeah, this week this. Between the last episode and this one has been no exception. I've been, what would you say, very tentatively looking to expand my career.
Well, I mean, I think I would outright say, after 16 years of doing the exact same thing, you finally took the leap and are exploring a new option that came up.
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it. That's a nice way of putting it. Quite frankly, I'm bored to hell with the job I'm doing. I've really effectively have reached the ceiling of what I can accomplish there, give or take, with cost of living adjustments, maybe $3-4 over the next few years. It's really not like, I've reached the capacity of what I can do here, and again, it's just not it's good stable work, it's good strong work, it's not fulfilling, but it definitely has paid the bills and afforded me the ability to do this, to the ability to own a home, the ability to own cars and lease cars and loan cars. I don't think you ever own a car. Cars own you, and children, much the same.
Mm-hmm.
You should never own your children, but somehow they seem to. So the job has done me well, and it's been one of these. I talked to my therapist at length about this. It's just, after 16, 17 years at a job that's allowed you to go from sleeping in your car to raising a family, it's really, really, really difficult to walk away from that and do something scary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something that I, quite frankly, don't have on paper the qualifications for. So, yeah, I've been making moves and taking risks, and so far it looks like things are going well. If all goes well, I'll be working under this guy over here. He'll be my...
Actually, well, that's not true. We wouldn't actually be directly managing one another.
No, you'd be directly managing the project that I'm supposed to be doing work on. So,
yeah,
however you want to spin that, sure.
So what I'm saying is, get to work. You're not being paid to believe in the power of your dreams. Again, perfectly timed evil laughter.
Right.
I think we just need that as a soundbite.
Balls, 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 balls.
Yes. And for those that don't know, and I am wearing my Danfinity shirt today, Brooke, his oldest, yelling balls repeatedly is now a soundbite for Danfinity.
It's accompanied with a yes, Dan is a bad influence on your children. Yeah, we actually had an admin meeting the other day, just kind of talking behind the scenes stuff, how we want, what we want to do with the Discord and grow and do stuff. And of course, Brooke walks in, and I'm trying to be, hey, we're trying to hold a meeting, and she hears Dan's voice, and it's just like, I want to see him on camera. And it's like,
hi, Dano.
And then she goes and starts telling him a story about a unicorn or a dragon or I don't know. And bless your heart, Dan. And I don't mean that in the southern insulting way. Like, just the sheer look of dread and curiosity on your face at the same time is like, this is fascinating to watch. I'm glad I don't have to deal with this on a daily basis.
But no, speaking about it on a daily basis, a couple days ago, the missus and I were in bed and basically we're so stressed out. We don't have a break. We don't have anyone to turn to. This is so hard. I don't ever get a break from being mommy, blah, blah, blah. And I just looked at her and goes, and we want another one, right? Because we love this so much. I feel such a sense of pride. Oh, God.
I mean, that's
why we drink.
That's funny. Is we planned on having two, and it's probably a good thing that Charlotte happened a lot faster than we had planned. Because had we waited around, this might have been a much more debated conversation.
Yeah, but really, I mean, really.
No, we would have had second. We would have had a second one, but.
Already sent them both to boarding school.
I mean, the only reason we get to do this podcast right now is because my youngest is asleep.
Who finally is sleeping on her own for naps. But you have to time it exactly right. Because if you miss the window by as little as 5 minutes, then it's a fight and a struggle.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. We've started working on the bedtime stuff, and...
Speaking of bedtime stuff, I found that one of your kids, I'm not sure which one, marked our bed last night, or yesterday during the day. So while I'm changing sheets, I come into the room, and there's this wet spot right in the middle. And, my dog cannot jump on the bed, at least not that I've been able to see. And if she has, pretty impressive for a corgi. I need to get her a rep or something like that. And pretty sure it wasn't my wife marking her territory.
I mean, you never know.
No, I would be on the blanket, not the bed itself.
Because from what I hear, the kids ruin that whole everything going on.
Yeah. Your kids especially right now because they keep running at me head first, and they're now at the right level to
ring the bell. Yeah,
ring the bell, and perhaps a few more hits, and I will never be able to procreate again. Which might be good for our finances.
And a good falsetto, so.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
La la la. Yeah, it's been tough sledding getting the girls to sleep, and I know the wife that works all day and has to deal with them. I mean, you can imagine they come over here enough.
Yeah.
To offload some of that.
Yeah, so let's put that out there. Talking about working all day, you get to work.
Yeah,
away from this.
You know what? You're right. I deal with a different level of children.
I've actually had your kids run into a meeting I'm having in the afternoon and sit in my lap and start talking to them. Not butt naked, thankfully.
Okay.
They've at least kept the shirts on for those periods of time. But your oldest likes to, crouch on the arm of my chair like a gargoyle. And start trying to creep in. She won't sit in your lap until you give her permission. But, she'll do the, hey, I'm just going to sit right here. I'm just going to be right here. Just a little close. Just a little closer. Just, I can see through your eyes.
Oh, this is so true.
But at least she's, interested.
Right.
What's that? I've got Admiral Baru or one of the other streamers on that is like a VTuber. And she loves the cartoons actively, talking and moving. And, it's great for her. But at the same time, she doesn't get that they can't see her back.
Right.
So I've actually, had her, sitting on my lap while I'm supposed to be, typing notes at a meeting, yelling at someone that she's watching on Twitch. Panda!
Again,
Panda, what are you doing?
We can blame Dano for that because she now has this expectation that every, person on a web stream that she sees, she can actually have a conversation with at some point in time.
Well, I mean, between that and duo calls.
Right.
My daughter now recognizes the sound of duo or FaceTime ringing.
Yeah.
And so she immediately gets excited and runs over to the phone.
It's a new electronic era.
Mm-hmm.
With all of its blessings and curses. Right. Again,
speaking of electronics, in the last 3 weeks.
What? So
both of your daughters have Amazon Fire tablets.
Mm-hmm.
And, my daughter, who literally just turned 1 in January, wanted to see what her older cousins were doing and watching over their shoulders. Your youngest didn't even want to share that option, and so started, pushing my daughter away and things like that, to the point that I bought my 1-year-old daughter an Amazon Fire tablet of her own so that she can have one that her cousins both have. A 1-year-old has her own tablet now, and she knows how to use it.
Yep. That's the amazing thing. As much as I can feel the judgment coming from the side of the room here, and the snide is evident. Our one, don't start with me. Our 1-year-old, my 1-year-old niece, your 1-year-old daughter is perfectly capable of using a touch interface device.
Mm-hmm. I remember 6 years ago, I was, over in the Middle East at my boss's
Your mother still
house.
Can't program the VCR.
No. But so 6 years ago, I'm over at my boss's place in the Middle East, and, we're talking, and, his 4-year-old gets a hold of my phone, manages to break my, pattern password on it, and not lock himself out, and manages to go on to, because at this time I had an iPhone, go onto the Apple Store and download, I think it was Angry Birds or something, so that he could play it. 4 years old.
Yeah.
And that was, a generation before technically what our girls are growing up as now.
I totally messed with Brooke the other day. Sitting in the morning, watching whatever Blippi or whatever show she wanted to watch, and she wasn't paying attention. I said, "Hey, if you don't go do the thing, I'm gonna pause this until you go do it."
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we're pushing boundaries, which this is what you get from almost 4 years old. Welcome to it when you get there.
No, at that point, you guys are gonna raise my kid, right?
Like she's gonna have plenty of examples of how this does work. So I paused it, and I don't know what she was thinking. I think she was just operating out of just sheer rage and...
What? Your daughter with rage?
Yeah. Jumped to the end of the bed, leaned over, and started pushing the play button on the screen, on the TV, like it was a touch screen.
Oh yeah, they do that all the time to the TVs they can reach here.
So... who am I to deny her that? And, so of course I unpause it and pause it, unpause it, and pause it every time she pushes the damn thing on the screen. So she now thinks the TV in my bedroom is a touchscreen.
Yeah.
This is what you do when you're dealing with unruly children, and you have to at least somewhat, entertain yourself by it.
You're not going to be surprised then when she comes in like a year with your TV in pieces and go, "Daddy, the touchscreen stopped working. I tried to fix it."
There'll be a sticker over the part where she punched it until it tried to work.
Mm-hmm. No, your daughter won't just do that. Like, she'll take it apart. And she'll, collaborate with her younger sister on that. Because her younger sister is more the engineer. Take it apart into the individual pieces. And then put it back together and go, "Daddy, here's all the extra parts."
I wouldn't say she's the engineer. She's just willing to break shit.
Mm-hmm, but it has to go back in a very specific order.
Right.
And if it doesn't go back in that specific order that she has, ordained, oh, God help us all.
Oh, wow.
Everywhere. That's kind of what happens. This is our survival guide. So this is our therapy. This is our stream of consciousness where everything, apparently just comes out.
It's apparently very, very warm in here because my glasses keep fogging up. Oh yeah, here's the other new thing. Yeah, Daddy has bad eyes.
Yeah, so does this daddy. So does Uncle Wookie.
He finally owned up to it and went and got himself spectacles so that he wasn't squinting at everything all the time.
Yeah. And they've got the wonderful blue filter built into them. So supposedly everything's supposed to look more brown. However, I'm colorblind, so it didn't change anything for me.
Oh, man. But yeah, life changes. And I'm finally starting to embrace the chaos. Because apparently that's what my life is going to be, is just one chaotic event after another, after another, after another. And if, something comes out of this and I end up being your lackey, cool.
But yeah. But no, things have been quite interesting across the board. During all this 3 weeks of madness, there was massive upheaval and change across the board. There's talks about what happens over the summer for the mistresses, for teachers, and then, what does next year start to look like now that we're officially heading into March tomorrow. Mm-hmm. The missus and I are actually going to be going away for a week. Or
how dare you?
4 days. We got a VRBO, not an Airbnb, because, they're very different. And
VRBO, virtual reality.
I think it's vacation rental by owner. But we're going up to Paso Robles, and got this little cottage in the middle of a vineyard for like 3 days. So
it's on brand.
Mm-hmm. It is alcohol. The alternative to feeling like yourself. But no, it'll be like a nice break because I physically really haven't left the house in 8 months at this point.
Well, so much so that he was able to sell his car and not even think twice about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And not having those car payments has been huge.
Yeah.
Speaking of payments, I would like to personally toast Mama Bear officially paying off her student loans. So, mazel tov there. We're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel with some of these things. So
it's not a train?
No, the train is apparently this computer dying on me.
Of course.
And the extra money that's going to take.
Things are going great. Why can't something just get... Oh, God.
I literally had Google Chrome, Slack, and Zoom open. I was talking to my boss, not this past week, but the Friday beforehand, and all of a sudden, blue screen. Blue screen.
Actual blue? Not the green screen, because that's a new one.
I've not seen a green screen one yet. Just actual blue screen that says something went wrong. We're going to try and figure out what that was.
Something went wrong, frowny face.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Windows, for your verbose error messages.
And the boss sends me a text message like, your screen froze. I'm like, no, it didn't. Showed him a picture of it, and he's like, oh. Yeah, we need to look into that. And I mean, thankfully, all the work we do is all web-based, so everything's backed up immediately and is in the cloud and whatever. But I can only imagine what it would be like if I was doing a client presentation or a sales meeting or something, and I'm blue screening and supposed to be talking about our amazing technical capabilities. But meanwhile, I'm over here with a...
Did you get the exotic drop? Because that seems to be the on-brand thing for us is...
I did not get an exotic drop.
You did not get the exotic drop.
No. No, I still do not have my...
Anarchy?
I got my Anarchy. I did not get my
Eyes of Tomorrow. There
yeah,
you go.
Which, I haven't played that game in 3 months.
Yeah, no, it came up in the meeting the other day.
That I haven't played it?
That you haven't played it, yeah. We were talking about pruning the clan list, and it's like ChewDada, who's ChewDada? And Dan was immediately like, nope, I already know what's going on with that. Don't just move along.
Chew's not here, man.
Yeah.
But no, I can barely run Valheim on my computer at the moment before it freezes up and disappears. And Valheim's a 1 gig game. Forget playing Destiny or Ark or anything like that requires resources. Shh, you'll be okay. You'll be okay.
Sorry, we're working on some possible fixes, just some old school stuff to see if it works. Any of my my 1980s techs will understand the pink rubber eraser. And see if that extends the life of the system just a little bit longer. I have a feeling it might be something that simple.
And that's not innuendo.
That is not innuendo.
Or it could be innuendo. I mean, to each their own.
Could be out the window, or not innuendo.
Drink some more.
Drink some more?
There are sober kids in Africa or New York or wherever we're complaining about this time.
So, yeah, no, the running joke was when we were doing Anarchy runs, we had some people that were long time. For whatever reason, the gun does not exist. And if you're familiar with games with RNG drops, that happens sometimes. But for whatever reason, every time that I was playing, if my computer crashed, someone got this very rare RNG drop, including myself. So... That's why I asked if anyone got the exotic.
No, I haven't even bothered trying to log in.
You do have the Xbox.
Yeah. But can you go back to Xbox after, PC gaming?
I do it all the time.
Well, it's because your wife is playing on Xbox only.
Okay.
My wife doesn't play video games. She refuses to.
We have friends that play on the X device, right?
We have no friends. Our families are everything. We cannot talk to anyone else. There are no friends, only Zool.
Blink twice if you're in captivity.
Mm-hmm. I was talking to the missus the other day, and I'm like, yeah, it's nice that our circle includes you guys, her family. But I really miss, all of my friends.
I was going to say, like, your family will be here in about an hour or so.
Yeah, well, 2 members of my family.
Yeah.
Not living with the family.
Yeah. No, I feel you, because, like, my friends, same thing. Like, my friends are you, this family.
Mm-hmm. That's all I got.
Yeah.
In fact, my friends now chat with my wife more than they chat with me. It's very depressing. Because it's usually like, hey, we've got the kids. Do you have the kids also? We should meet up and do something. Yes, those kids. That's what's important, guys. Yes.
Let me tell you, as soon as bars and restaurants open, you, me, and the other 5 Ians that we know,
right,
are all just gonna Uber out somewhere, because we can Uber, get unhealthily intoxicated,
and cry. There'll be, I'm sure, a lot of crying. I don't want to go back to being an adult.
We'll end up in a random. What was the acronym? No, the acronym that you just. The RYOB, BYOR, Airbnb.
Oh, VRBO.
VRBO, yeah. We'll end up in a random VRBO on, Pacoima. So that we don't have to come home to our wives.
Wives are okay. It's the mix of all of it.
Yeah.
There's no escape. Like, I don't even think Snake Plissken will be able to get out of these situations. Get out of New York, not getting out of adulthood.
Yeah. With
kids and responsibilities.
This was my life. This was my legacy.
Shit.
Oh, man. So, yeah. To cutting down trees, uprooting everything, uprooting lives, uprooting mentalities. It's been an interesting. Do I hear Frozen? Do I really fucking
you always
hear
Frozen? Hear Frozen. At least it's not Octonauts again for the 20th time today.
I do bedtime stories every night. We actually got the whole entire Cars series last night.
Wow.
In reverse. So we went Cars 3, Cars 2, Cars.
Your daughter said I was, closest related to Mater, so.
My daughter also asked for Cars 5. Disney, get on that.
Mm-hmm.
She was very disappointed.
It's already in the mix.
She was very disappointed when I said that does not exist.
Give it enough time.
Right.
To our corporate overlords, Disney. We are not affiliated with Disney in any capacity. Except they own everything. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they probably own something in regard to what we're doing here. I mean, they own my soul for a period of time, so there's that, but I think it's back on lease to me. I don't remember the contract exactly.
They may own a font that we use in our website somewhere, somehow.
Maybe they actually own a portion of Twitch or something. I just work here.
I don't know. I have this weird Mickey Mouse-shaped bruise on my arm where the vaccine went in.
Uh-huh.
Don't know what that's all about.
Well, the 2 ears are the microchips, right?
Gotcha. That's right. You got anything, or are we done for this week?
I mean, I've been done for a long time now. I've been done for a very long time. It's been a while since I slept. A full 8 hours, much less slept in general.
When I was 17, I had a very good nap.
A long, long time ago, I can still remember. DMCA. No, I think we might be wrapping up. You got any tech or gaming news to talk about?
There's a ton of tech and gaming news. Obviously, we had the Anthem. Fuck it, we're done. Peace
Well,
out.
I'm sad for BioWare, not surprised for EA.
Right?
Is your daughter actually getting into Pokemon? Do we have to buy Switches to play with her now?
There are enough apps and whatnot. Like, we can do the Pokemon Go on our phones, and I think she'll be good.
Well, she'll need her own phone then.
I have burner phones that have Wi-Fi. I have
And she needs her own account.
That's fine. She already has an email address. She had an email address before she was born.
Ah, yes. I don't think I'm going to do that for hours.
Well, obviously, she's already born. If you didn't do it, you can't do it before she was born.
Are you going home yet? When do I get to go to sleep? Can anyone let me go to sleep? Yeah, Nate Foo's standing in the corner. That's him in the spotlight losing his religion.
Night, guys.
Alright. Well, as you can see, we're exhausted, but we're here for you. Our loving community that likes to listen to our pain and suffering.
And if any of you are parents that have children that are over 4, you understand. Any of you that have that are parents of children that are under 4, you're going through it. If you haven't had kids yet and you're trying to, understand that this is normal.
And with those words of wisdom from episode 20 of the Whiskey Podcast, I'm ChewDada.
I'm Nate Foo. Hey, look, the next episode will be legal to drink.
Thank God we have been priming it all its life.
You can find us
anywhere.
You can find
You've
me
heard
on,
all of our stuff.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, GGNateFoo. You can find him at ChewDada 2020 on Twitter.
Everything.
Yeah.
With that, peace, love, namaste, bitches. We're out.